With the dragon, when we get to this point, we'll see that there's a kingdom. We're going to look at the kingdom of the king of the south, but we're going to look at the struggle over who's going to be king between Putin and Trump. With the kingdom of the papacy, we're going to see a struggle between the conservative pope and the liberal pope. And in the United States, you're going to see the last president of the United States who's going to be struggling with the king of the south to take control of the seventh kingdom, the United Nations. But he's going to have an internal struggle going on in his country between liberalism and conservatism, the Democrats and the Republicans. And so too here, in the history of the 144,000, you will have the Omega apostasy. So you will have a struggle going on in each of these between leadership of the various kingdoms. And this is the kingdom that gets set up at the midnight cry. So they're all kingdoms. This is the kingdom in Daniel 2 that is cut out of the mountain without hands and fills the whole earth. So it's a kingdom as well. But so is the leadership of that kingdom is also addressed, and it's addressed as the other ones are. It breaks down to, if you're looking at Putin and Trump as the ones that are struggling over the desire to control the king of the south, the United Nations, communism versus republicanism is liberal versus conservative. With the two popes, the black pope and the white pope, it's liberal versus conservative. In the United States, Democrat, Republican, it's liberal versus conservative. And in the history of the 144,000, Parminder and Tess are definitely liberal, but we don't want to call ourselves conservative. We want to call ourselves Christ, who's in the middle of an argument between Sadducees and Pharisees. The Sadducees being the liberals and the Pharisees being the conservative, but they come together at the cross, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And Sister White's clear that the history of the cross gets repeated. So the 144,000 are Christ, but there's definitely a struggle that goes on in their history as well. And it always breaks down to liberal, conservative, whether it's religious liberalism and conservatism or political liberal and conservatism. That's how it breaks.